Hello everybody, in this video I am going to summarize Devdutt Pattnaik's My Gita and the concepts used in that book. So first thing that I want to discuss here is that there is a difference between violence and violation. Violence is inevitable in this world that we live, but violation is not. So what do we mean by that? Violence is inevitable because we may have to fight the persons who are not morally grounded, who are not good persons, who are not trying to establish dharma within the world. We will have to fight. And we are doing that for the sake of prevailing peace, for the sake of dharma. We are doing that for the sake of well-being of human beings, for the sake of God. We are doing that work. So that thing is actually called violence, according to the author Devdutt Pattnaik. And what is violation? Intentionally, I am harming you for the sake of harming. That is adharma. That is adharma, and that is not violence, according to author. So violence is inevitable, but violation is optional. That is the first concept that Devdutt Pattnaik talks about in his book My Gita. Second concept that I am also going to discuss here is that the goal of human life is not ultimate happiness. Both Ramayana and Mahabharata ends with dismal things. Ram dies in the last chapter of Ramayana, and in Mahabharata, Pandavas go to hell and Kauravas go to Svarga. So this is not a happy ending. Both Ramayana and Mahabharata have unhappy endings. But why is the life of Pandavas meaningful and why is the life of Ram meaningful? Because they built up relationships and they built up meaningful relationships which ultimately, established dharma, which were ultimately useful for well-being of human beings. And this is the world that they created, in which the poorest of poor also can prevail. That is called dharma. So that's why it's very much meaningful to build up relationships that will build your world. Okay, that is going to be that is going to that is for well-being of humanity. Okay, so happiness is not ultimate goal, but meaningful relationship with the world is important. Creating dharma is important. Another concept that Devdutt Pattnaik talks about in his book My Gita is the concept of Bhagwan. So, what is the concept of Bhagwan, and how was it introduced? Bhagwan consists of two words actually, Vag and Ban. So, Vag means part. So, Bhagwan means who knows parts. Okay. So, what do we mean by that? Parts means my part and your part. Maybe I am exploiting you. I am concerned about my part. I don't know anything about your exploitation. So that is the thing, that is your world. So Bhagwan is a person who knows about my thinking, my world, and your world. Okay. Everybody's world is known by a person who is called Bhagwan. So that person is to be worshipped, and we must work for the sake of convenience and for the sake of that Bhagwan that Sri Krishna introduced almost 3000 years ago. That is debatable, the year, but that is the concept that he wanted to teach us through Bhagavad Gita, according to Devdutt Pattnaik. Thank you very much.